Who went out to lunch with their husband and then conned him into going to Walmart under the guise of getting a few things for the house that have secretly made their way into my sewing room and are going to be mind-blowing notions? This girl. Hey friends, welcome back to my sewing room. My name is Becca, and in today's video, I have got a haul for you from Walmart. If you have ever walked out of a high-end quilt shop with a little tiny bag of sewing notions, looked at your receipt, and then wondered if those acrylic rulers were secretly infused with gold and diamonds, you are not alone. Quilting is an incredible craft, but let's be honest, the specialty tools can drain your wallet fast. Well, I decided to run just a little experiment. I took a trip to my local Walmart supercenter and I went hunting through all of the aisles, but I completely avoided the traditional crafting section. I wanted to see if I could find everyday household items that solve real, frustrating sewing problems for just a fraction of the price. And as a quilter, I feel like I am capable of telling you the things that drive me batty in my sewing room. Maybe you feel the same way about some of these things. Today, I am going to break down 8 secret weapon finds that you need to grab on your next grocery run. These are sorted from the most expensive item on my receipt all the way down to the absolute cheapest. We are comparing what I paid at Walmart to what you normally would fork over at a boutique quilt shop. So get ready to save some serious cash. Let's start right at the top of our budget with a product that has a literal cult following in the quilting community for a very real reason. I'm talking about green frog tape from the paint aisle. I paid $6.78 for a roll that measures 0.94 inches wide by 60 yards long, which breaks down to just about 11 cents per yard of tape. Compare that to specialty boutique sewing tapes like the pink embroidery perfection tape from R&K Distributors, which is fundamentally a very similar low-tack paper tape, but it carries a premium $8 to $12 price tag at a quilt shop for a tiny fraction of the yardage. Frog tape is the ultimate sewing room multi-tool. You can slap a strip on your quilt top to act as a perfectly straight guideline for machine quilting. Can use it to temporarily lock in shapes flat for flat back piecing and English paper piecing, or you can just use it to write organization labels directly on your fabric stacks. Best of all, a single small piece of frog tape can be peeled up and reused multiple times before losing its stick, meaning that this single roll is going to last you absolutely forever without ever leaving a gummy residue or damaging your fabric fibers. Next up is a tool that will save your hands during routine maintenance and fine-tuning, a multi-set of micro screwdrivers from the hardware aisle. My receipt shows that these were purchased for just $6.74. Now let me ask you a question. Are you still using that tiny, flat, awkward little metal triangle key that came in your sewing machine's accessory box to change your needle plate? I'm not. I lost it a long time ago, but you know what I am using? A leftover metal bobbin. This does not work. It constantly slips. It crams your knuckles against the machine throat, and it gives you really no leverage, but it can be used. Quilt shops sell specialized ergonomic stubby screwdrivers or specialized brand name sets anywhere from $15 to $20. But this entire Walmart hardware kit was a fraction of that price, and it gives you a full set of long, slender handles, various micro flathead sizes. It easily bypasses the bulk of the machine head, fits the needle clamp and throat plate screws perfectly, and it lets you pop off your plate for a deep lint cleaning in just 3 seconds flat. Plus, this is also super helpful for precisely adjusting your bobbin tension if you're like me and you have one of those machine casings that require you to tweak those with tiny flathead screws manually. Moving down the receipt, we find an absolute powerhouse multi-tool for the sewing room. A standard roll of non-slip rug gripper. According to my receipt, I picked this up for just $5.96, and there's quite a bit of it here. It is 12 inches by 10 feet, so this is going to last me a long time. Rug gripper has so many applications beyond just its normal household use. First of all, the most obvious use is to place a sheet of it directly under your oversized self-healing cutting mats or your wool pressing mats. I use them all the time to do that, to keep them from shifting around when they're sitting on top of a slick studio table that I want to be slick while I'm quilting. But the versatility does not stop there. If you sew on hardwood or laminate or tile floors or even carpet, you know the daily frustration of your sewing machine foot pedal constantly walking away from your foot. Placing a small square of this rug gripper underneath that pedal will anchor it completely in place. You can also cut out tiny strips of the material and stick them to the underside of your large acrylic quilting rulers to act as an instant non-slip friction pad against your fabric. And you can even wrap a small bit of this around some heavy hardware tool or a large hex nut to create a custom fabric weight that won't scratch or slide off of delicate surfaces. This is just an industrial size solution to about 1 million sewing room headaches. Counting down our haul, we are talking about making custom templates that last forever with just a 4-pack of flexible kitchen cutting mats. I found these in the houseware section listed as cutting mats for $5.58, which really just breaks down to an unbelievable $1.39 per individual mat. In the quilting world, if you do a lot of applique, English paper piecing, or just use custom templates, you're usually stuck buying specialty template plastic from a craft store, which can run from $8 to $10 for just a couple of small, flimsy sheets. Instead, if you buy these kitchen cutting mats, you're going to have a better experience because they are thicker, significantly tougher, and give you way more surface area for your money. You can trace your template patterns directly onto them and then snip them out with some utility shears, not your fabric scissors. And then you have a heavy duty forever template that you can run your rotary cutter right along over and over again without warping. And these have a bumpy underside, which kind of helps keep it a little bit in place when it's sitting on your fabric. But there's even a cheaper way to get this same thing if you have a laminate machine. You can actually make your own customized plastic sheets by running heavyweight laminating pouches through the machine. Double them up if your machine allows it. The ultimate trick here is to slide a printed label inside of the laminating film before you run it through, so your custom templates are permanently and beautifully labeled forever. Speaking of marking, this brings us to an incredibly versatile find that will permanently change how you cut fabric and plan out your quilting sketches. A simple 4-pack of fine tip dry erase markers from the school supply aisle. This 4-pack of Expo markers gives me 4 individual colors, and it cost me $5.24. And when you break down that math, it works out just to $1.31 per pen, which is amazing considering how much value they can add to your workspace. If you have ever tried to cut dozens of repeating 2.5-inch strips, you know the exact moment that your eyes glaze over and you accidentally read the wrong grid line on your acrylic ruler, and then you completely ruin an expensive piece of fabric. Well, to fix that, quilt shops can sell you sticky ruler tape or fluorescent highlight rings for about $8 to $12 a piece. Forget that. Just use a fine tip dry erase marker to draw directly onto your plastic ruler. You can circle the exact intersection you need or draw a thick line right down your cutting measurement, right next to it. It allows you to chain cut with incredible speed because your eyes lock right onto that bright color. And when you're finished, because it's a dry erase ruler and your ruler is a non-porous surface, you can just wipe it off with your finger or a scrap of batting or a paper towel, and it leaves 0 residue and 0 scratches. But wait, these markers are actually a double whammy for a versatility of different things in the sewing room because you can pair them with a sheet of clear vinyl, like a cheap shower curtain, and lay it across your finished quilt blocks. This lets you endlessly sketch out and audition and practice different machine quilting or free motion quilting designs directly on top of your work with your fabrics before you commit to a single stitch in that quilt that you love. Next on the list is a tool that your sewing machine has been begging you for. Clean, disposable mascara wands. I grabbed a pack of 20 of these for just $4.97 in the beauty aisle, and that breaks down to just 25 cents per wand. Now, if you go into a quilt shop, they will happily sell you a specialized micro tip lint brush or a pack of mini cleaning tools for around $5 to $8. But here is why these mascara wands completely destroy the traditional quilt shop version. Standard sewing brushes have flat, soft nylon bristles that usually just pack the cotton lint into the corners of your bobbin, causing a snowball. But a mascara wand, however, features a light 360-degree spiral of stiff plastic bristles. When you twist this down into your machine, the lint actually wraps around the grooves, acting like a miniature magnet that pulls out massive, compacted fuzzballs cleanly without pushing anything deeper into the gears. It is a literal machine saver, and because I got a whole pack of these for under $5, they can hold up to a lot of repeated use. This next find on the receipt solves the absolute biggest problem when it comes to showing off your hard work. Command 3M Velcro picture hanging strips. My receipt has these listed for just $3.84, and I specifically made sure to grab the heavy-duty 15-pound capacity. If you love displaying your quilts around your house, or if you just want to seamlessly trade out quilts for different seasons, the traditional quilt shop method will involve buying expensive wooden drapery rods, drilling massive holes in your drywall, and hand sewing permanent fabric sleeves onto the back of your quilt. And that can easily run $50 to over $100 per wall. Instead, you can stick the adhesive side of these Velcro strips directly onto your wall, and you can attach the other side of a Velcro strip right on the back of your quilt. Now, I have personally used these completely raw, meaning without any safety pins or hand sewing them to the fabric, and the grip has held perfectly with absolutely no problems. But if you are hanging a heavily prized heirloom project that you absolutely do not want to fall, just take an extra minute to tack in a few simple stitches to the Velcro strip to secure it to the back of your quilt. That's going to give you total peace of mind, and when you want to change up your studio decor, you can just pull the quilt down and click a new one into the wall in just 5 seconds flat with zero drywall damage. Just make sure that when you're putting them on the back of your quilt, they are always the same distance apart so that you can pull off one and put another one up without changing the strips that are on the wall. All of these incredible heavy-hitting tools cost a fraction of the price compared to the quilt shop equivalent value, which would easily top $100 for these exact types of specialty notions. But that brings us to the very bottom of the receipt for something completely goofy. Yep, I did it. I spent exactly $1.26 on a pack of wiggly googly eyes because being a lone quilter in a sewing room can honestly get a little quiet sometimes, and I decided my machine needed a soul. Check that out. Meet my new sewing assistant, also known as Ruby. She doesn't talk back, she doesn't steal my fabric shears, and her tension is always absolutely perfect. Honestly, this is the best $1.26 that I have ever spent. Now, I have a few more items that I purchased during this exact same Walmart trip that aren't standalone notions, but pieces that I am hoping to use to build some quick, game-changing DIY DIY storage and organization projects, specifically for quilters and sewers. So make sure you hit that subscribe button right down there so that you are notified the second that that content hits this channel. Let me know down in the comments below which of these budget hacks you are running out to try first, and I will see you guys all in the next video. Bye!